All right, what do you want to do now?
We're gonna talk for just a few minutes. Okay?
Them, right?
No, you and this tall guy over here. Welcome back, Randy Stonehill.
Okay, I got a great idea. Okay, I'll be the little guy. Okay. Work that out right now.
Oh, okay. Very gracious of you. Where's my cord? My guitar cord is.
It's all a matter of perspective, I guess.
Wait, we're looking for a chord.
I found it.
Oh, you found it.
The man who found the lost chord. He did that song in the key of M. Very unique. Very.
See, I don't even say a word.
Yeah, right. Oh, no, please, Brother Terry, come forth and save us from ourselves, won't you, please? Please!
But you know, there's so much history in these guys. We thought it would just be fun to just sit here and chat for a few minutes and get some of their stories. And as I was telling Randy backstage there, we were standing there talking, and I said, when I did the promo for the concert tonight, I said there's like 90 years of musical experience between the two of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Methuselah contemporary Christian musical. We're just going to hang their coats on the mic stand and play a CD now because they'll be napping. They've earned it. Leave them alone. What? Who said what?
Well, your first record wasn't on one of those Edison cylinder things, so you're okay. You're okay.
Oh, no, the cups with the long string. I miss those days. Good times. Good times.
Good times.
Jump in here anywhere.
Oh, sure. Oh, I he's a constant source of entertainment, really. In fact, we did an album together about 2009. That's 2009, this century. And for sure. And I recorded all the outtakes. In fact, one of them was, I don't know if any of you have heard it, very few people have heard the album we did called Mystery Highway. But there's a song in there, thank you.
The Mystery album.
There it is.
That's right.
There's a song in there called Rock Man, and he was just standing here at the microphone just going, let me tell you about the Rock Man. And he just went on, he kept going and going and going. And his managers called me and he said, do you think there's anything you can do with that? That's kind of... So I put Randy in a grid in Pro Tools, and I got the BPM, and I lined them up, and then I added drums and bass and a bunch of guitars, and it was fun, wasn't it?
It was.
And it's just a kind of zip, 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 zip. You know, it's almost like Charlie Callis doing Randy Stonehill. Okay, anyway, I just jumped in.
That was good.
That's me. It's me jumping in.
Sorry,
Nice
I'm just
jumping.
hanging on.
Nice jumping. Give me a little bit of Phil's vocal in my monitor here, so I
Also, yeah,
There you
thank
go.
you. That's great.
Ah, the dulcet tonage. Mr. Keaggy. The honey tones, I do love it so. You light up my life. All right.
You know what? I'm just going to stand over here.
I need to go backstage and give myself a stout talking to. Now listen, mister.
Go on. Do your Dr. Phil. Do your Dr. Phil.
I don't do a Dr. Phil.
You did it in the outtakes.
I did?
Yeah, you did everybody that. Yeah.
Had to be there, I guess. I know. Was I there? I don't know. But we should
go ahead.
defer.
Go ahead.
We
You
should
got some-
defer
Let's
to
go.
the radio personality himself.
I don't know where to go now.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's talk about the good old days.
Yeah. Have you guys?
Talk about the good old days.
Have you?
You had a question on.
Well, I did a while ago.
I'm just trying to, and focus. Focus, boy.
It just kind of.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Have you ever heard this chord?
I have now.
That's jazz,
I like that
baby.
chord.
That is jazz.
Next.
We defer to you. We do. No, we really do.
This is your idea, Terry.
That will teach you. Careful what you wish for.
And when I get home, my wife will slap me. So
That's okay, but I bet you were bright in school. Oh, really? I know. I could tell he's smart. Look at it. He's got even a list.
I did. But,
See, this is what happens when you... This, all of a sudden, we became a band, and now you're dealing with a band.
Well,
it's a whole different world
only
dynamic.
one thing, and I mean only one thing stopped me from being a musician. Talent.
Nah.
No, if you guys, I mean, this is open to both of you. Have you ever thought about what you'd be doing if you weren't doing this?
Ooh.
Town greeter. Standing on a corner. Make them feel welcome, soak in the vitamin D. It's pretty much either
Town
this or that, there I am.
I wonder what I'd be. A drummer, if I wasn't a guitar
A drummer?
I'm
There
still
you
in
go.
music somehow.
Yeah.
Or I'd be a disc jockey, on a horse. Playing records on a horse with a Victrola.
That's right. A lot of jaunty music. Thank
Or
you.
would it be a camel? I don't know. All I know is that I don't have to worry about that because I'm too old to change my mind about what I became. I started playing guitar at the age of 10. I really got to learn how to tune it at the age of 11. At age 12, I started a band called the Ketones, and that was 1963, 64.
Yeah.
64, and then 65 I was on the road doing gigs with my other band, new band, and then I met you about 7 years later,
Right?
and our lives were changed. The Lord came into our lives, gave us hope, gave us forgiveness, mercy, and amen, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I can say this, I'm fascinated by the demos that I was telling Fred, that I've got a bunch of my demos from the 60s that I did with sound on sound tape recorders, those guys. And this is multi-tracking where it's just stacking it on top of the tracks, and so if you get really ambitious with it, all of a sudden it starts to saturate and it sounds like maybe I should start over again. But it really was a great way to learn how to overdub and do stuff like that. That's why I like to do looping. It's like recording on stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, between the year before I gave my life to Jesus, that the year before and then the year after, I grew musically. I really did. I grew by leaps and bounds because I give God the credit because He set me free. He cleared my mind. He gave me hope, gave me energy, more energy, and He gave me an appreciation for everyone else's talents, not just my own talents. I started recognizing in older people, for instance, elderly people that I could learn from, and then my world just opened up. It was beautiful. It was big, and it was dynamic. That's what God will do for you. And if you give God your life, it's not only about being saved from condemnation. He's already forgiving you. And that's the good news, and that's why we do what we do. And that's the energy that goes into the music we make. So
Yeah, amen.
yeah, I thought I would take it a good direction.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
I'm glad you did, because He's the one that gets the credit.
That's right.
You offer your life, you offer the gifts, and He empowers them.
And I gotta say, that's right. And I gotta say, you've been an inspiration for your just hanging in there all the years and just keeping doing what you do.
Thank you.
That God created you to do, and it blesses me. Bless these folks tonight, right?
Thank you.
Now, let me ask you, did you, and I'll ask you too, did you have a birthday recently in March?
When I'm 64,
Are you 64?
I'll get old and losing
Will
my
you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Woo!
Sure, yeah.
Hey, wait till you turn 65. It's a whole new trip.
Wow.
5 years from 70? Hey,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
5 more years and I'll be 70? That's wild.
Yeah, but to the Lord, a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as it's.
I'm sure glad I don't act my age. My wife tells me I don't.
That's right.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, and so you mentioned that you might be a drummer. But I think I read that you originally wanted to be a drummer, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I love drums. I was into Sandy Nelson and Cozy Cole and Gene Krupa. I dig it when they come on TV in the movies, you know, and the drummers, Buddy Rich and all those guys.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I said, whoa, what a great gig that is. Just make noise and everybody applause. So, come on, can you bougie?
I can't stop myself.
I'm out of this. Now, obviously, do you play anything other than guitar? Have you ever wanted to play anything other than guitar?
Just the fool mostly, but no, that's not. I'm sorry. Did I use my outside voice for that? I'm sorry. No, I really don't. It's just the guitar. It's kind of the band of my hand. Got to be my own best buddy.
How do you talk to this guy?
I don't know. Have you guys, any of you ever seen the DVD that Randy and I did up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, at the Candlelight Fellowship? There's a live DVD of us, and the bloopers are worth the $10 that you would invest. The bloopers are just amazing. You were so funny that night, buddy. Man.
As in odd. It's a different perspective. Depends on how you think of it.
This is a great venue, by the way. This is a great venue. Yeah.
You know, and you both have been just prolific songwriters over the years. Does it get easier or harder?
Harder.
The older you get.
I just finished a new album, and of the 14 songs on it, there's 13 that are vocal songs, and I co-wrote 12 with other people, and then like All at Once was written by Ben Cooper and Gordon Kennedy. And I needed a little help from my friends, you know? Sometimes it helps to get together with new energy, and I think some of the best Lennon-McCartney songs happen to be co-writes. Hey, they are co-writes.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It does get harder because because you recognize that you really want to impart something that's going to really speak to hearts, and I think as we get more mature and more serious about the Lord, we're just less casual about the craft. So I think it's exciting to be able to configure something, but I think we're probably just digging deeper so that you got something that's going to continue to speak after we have shuffled off this mortal coil, which has nothing to do with dance lessons. You know what I think? I'm glad I clarified that.
What's the longest it's taken you to complete a song?
About 15 years. But I kid you not. It's just like, it's a weird thing. You sort of get the germ of the thing, and you go, well, that's a good idea. And I would keep revisiting it and going, I still like the idea, but I don't know what to do with it. And, and interestingly enough, Shut-Dee-Do was one of those songs. I had that little chorus driving down Hollywood Boulevard. Probably my first mistake right there. Spooky town. And I was looking at the strangeness on the opposing sidewalks, and my kind of knee-jerk survival response was just to hit the power lock on the door. You would have too. Anyway, and as I did that, I went, oh, Shut-Dee-Do, keep out the Deborah. Suffice it to say, it was a phrase that stuck, but then I didn't know what to do with it, and I'll try to condense this, because what happened was I'd be like in the shower, kind of whistling, going, well, I like that little chorus idea. I don't know what to do with it. And so then I went on tour to Australia, and I came back from the bottom of the world to find that the phone was ringing, and it was my manager. And I picked up the phone, and he said, so, what do you think of Norway? And I said, I don't. I mean, I'm sure, do the Norwegians think of me? I don't know. I don't really know. But he said, no. But I mean, how would you like to go there? And I went, oh, that sounds great. When can I go? And he went, well, now is good for me. I said, well, I just got back from Australia. He went, I know, that's really good that you did, because now you have to go to there. I'm sorry, I messed up the calendar. You gotta go. There's a festival. They're waiting for you now. You gotta go. So I thought, and then he's so funny. He went, now listen, bro, I'm looking at it this way. At least you're packed. I want to reach through the phone and pray for your neck. I want to touch your neck right now. And so I went back to the airport and I flew all the way to Norway. And as I was doing that, drinking too much coffee, because you can't really sleep on the planes, right? But you're just in this weird, I mean, I was so jet lagged, I'm like Gumby, you know? So, and we're flying from, to New York and then to Amsterdam and from Amsterdam to Oslo. So I had a lot of time, a lot of quality me time, don't you know? And I'm drinking coffee, and that song that song hook came back to me. So I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to redeem the time. And I went, oh, when I was a baby child. Yeah, like old Harry Belafonte kind of Caribbean folk music. Yeah. Good and bad was just more coffee. Thank you. And bring me a banjo I can play really fast. And I don't play banjo. And I don't care. Give me one now. Dip it in the coffee, because we're having fun now. And I got to the festival.
Yeah.
As I got to the festival, I kid you not, they pried me out of this little foreign car, and as I got out, I heard, and now, from USA, gospel singer Randy, someone just went, and pushed me on stage. And I walked out onto the stage, and I went, I know what I'm going to do. Here's a brand new song for you folks. And that was...
I noticed the song is still evolving. Tonight. Yeah. I heard it. I always hear new things in there, yeah.
Every night's a new adventure. I just don't know what's going to happen. Keeps it fresh for me. Pick a language and commit. That's important. Well, wrong one, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom. What about you, Phil? No, that wasn't a disco moment. I'm pointing at you.
Oh,
What's your... Sorry, man.
Can I have a chair?
Yeah, it's semaphore. We're bringing in aircraft now. The flight from Athens.
But Phil, you had a not the whole airplane thing, but you had a similar thing with the song "What a Day," didn't you? You had the riff there long before you wrote the song.
Yeah, this riff. This riff. You never give me your money. So that was 1969, I think, and but it turned into a song called "What a Day." All I had was that intro, and it was inspired by a track off Abbey Road. And but what inspired the lyrics were reunion in heaven. My mom was killed in a car accident, and a week later, my oldest sister shared the gospel with me. I gave my heart to the Lord, and so soon after that, I wrote, "When we get home, I will see all the holy men I read about in the Bible. Peter and John, James, Luke, and Paul, and Brother Tom, without a doubt." Hey! I thought that was clever.
We love when that happens.
For a
cleverness.
19-year-old guy, 18, whatever I was. But that's how that song came about, yeah. Oh, I would, but we're going to do some songs together, and I don't believe Randy knows that one. It's okay.
Hasn't stopped me low these many years.
So if you guys are ready, my list is gone. Don't worry about it. So let's get back to some music. You guys tear it up, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you for putting up with us, Terry. I'm never going to play one more of their records on my radio program. Never, never, never. Never's a long time. Never, never.